Chapter 2, Lesson 2.3, Subtracting Real Numbers. Here are some key concepts about the subtraction rule for your notebook. To subtract B from A, you want to add the opposite of B to A. So algebraically, the expression will say A minus B equals A plus negative B. So with real numbers, you can see an example that would say 14 minus 8 is the same as 14 plus negative 8. So here let's go through some examples of finding the difference. Example A, I have negative 12 minus 19. This is the same as saying negative 12 plus negative 19. So because the signs are the same, we can add the absolute values of the numbers together and keep the answer as a negative number. So our answer will be negative 31. Example B, I have 18 minus negative 7. This would be the same as saying 18 plus 7. So 18 plus 7 is 25. Number 1, negative 2 minus 7. This is the same as saying negative 2 plus negative 7. So the signs are the same, so we add the absolute value and keep the sign negative. So our answer is negative 9. Number 2, we have 11.7 minus negative 5. Because of the double negative in between, this becomes a positive. So this is the same as saying 11.7 plus 5, which gives us 16.7. Number 3, 1/3 minus 1/2. This is the same as saying 1/3 plus negative 1/2. So because this is a fraction, we have to convert this to common denominators. So our common denominator is going to be 6. So in order for this denominator to be 6, we have to multiply by 2. So I have to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2. And to make this denominator 6, I have to multiply the 2 with a 3. So that means I have to multiply the numerator by 3 as well. So this would give me 2/6 minus 3/6. Now that we have common denominators, we subtract the numerators. So 2 minus 3 is negative 1. So the answer is negative 1/6. Let's evaluate a variable expression. Evaluate the expression y minus x plus 6.8 when x equals negative 2 and y equals 7.2. So the first thing we want to do is to substitute in negative 2 for x and substitute 7.2 for y. This would give us the equation 7.2 minus negative 2 plus 6.8. Now we will add the opposite of negative 2. So 7.2 minus negative 2 is the same as saying 7.2 plus 2. That would give us 9.2. So now we add all the digits together, and the answer is 16. Evaluate change. One of the most extreme temperature changes in United States history occurred in Fairfield, Montana on December 24, 1924. At noon, the temperature was 63 degrees Fahrenheit. By midnight, the temperature fell to negative 21 degrees Fahrenheit. What was the change in temperature? The change C in temperature is the difference of the temperatures M at midnight and the temperature N at noon. So we could write an equation that would say the change in temperature equals the temperature at midnight minus the temperature at noon. So C equals M minus N. The second step would be to substitute our temperatures. So we would have the change in temperature equals negative 21 minus 63. Now we want to add the opposite of 63. So this is the same as saying negative 21 plus negative 63. Since both terms are negative, we will add the absolute values of the digits together and keep the answer negative. So the change in temperature here is negative 84 degrees. So that implies that the temperature dropped 84 degrees. Evaluate the expression when x equals negative 3 and y equals 5.2. Number 4, we have x minus y plus 8. So we will substitute negative 3 in for x and substitute 5.2 in for y. So our equation will say negative 3 minus 5.2 plus 8. So negative 3 minus 5.2 gives me negative 8.2, and negative 8.2 plus 8 gives me negative 0.2. The next example here, I have y minus the quantity x minus 2. So I will substitute 5.2 in for y minus substitute negative 3 in for x, negative 2. So we will work inside the parentheses first. So 5.2 minus negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5. So the double negative here becomes positive. So my answer is 10.2. Number 6, y minus 4 minus x. So substitute 5.2 minus 4 minus negative 3. Okay, so work inside the parentheses first. So 5.2 minus 4 gives me 1.2. The double negative here becomes a positive. So 1.2 plus 3 gives me 4.2. Car values. A new car was valued at $15,000. 1 year later, the car was valued at $12,300. What is the change in value of the car? So, you want to subtract the value of the car currently, so $12,300, minus the value of the car initially, $15,000. So $12,300 minus $15,000 gives me negative $2,700. So the value of the car decreased by $2,700. This concludes our lesson.